Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy JP, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Pyromancer and how to make your Pyromancer a lot stronger. Well, if you're like me and you were playing the Pyromancer and you thought that he's a bit weak, he feels a bit weak, and you're not wrong, because he feels kind of squishy compared to other classes. You know, the Pyromancer feels a bit weak sometimes because you cannot heal on command. Most of the classes, they have easy ways to heal themselves, such as dealing damage or just killing enemies when you're near them. But with the Pyromancer, the only way to regain health is to kill enemies that are on fire. So, and the only way to set enemies on fire is using your skills. So once your skills are on cooldown, you will sometimes find that you have got no enemies to set on fire, and your build feels kind of weak and squishy. But with this build, I'm gonna teach you how to increase damage output and as well as increase your survivability. This build is gonna require a few critical mods to make it better. They're not essential, but you will need these mods to make it overpowered and more consistent, and it will help you a great deal. Now, these mods are not that rare or hard to get. You can find them from dismantling armor, epic or legendary gear. You can find some of these perks in. So we'll start with the build. The main perk of this build that you'll need is volcanic rounds, and basically in these bullets set the enemies on fire and ignore their armor and pierce the target. So it ignores armor, pierces targets, and sets them on fire. So each enemy you kill with this will in fact heal your health and set them on fire. Now, once everything is on fire, I mean, you can really use whatever skills you want. I would recommend using overheat. When enemies are on fire and you use the skill overheat, they take a significant amount of damage. And then I'm using eruption. Like I said, these are just recommended skills I would say use. You can use any skill you want. Another one is feed the flame. It allows you to absorb health, so it's like an instant heal basically. So they're interchangeable, but the main one you need is volcanic rounds, and the build will be centered around volcanic rounds and prolonging and sustaining volcanic rounds. And I'm going to show you how to make these volcanic rounds last pretty much forever, or as long as you can. Normally it lasts for one magazine and it ends when you reload or run out of bullets, but the perks will fix that. So now that that's out the way, I'll go to the extra perks that you need. Now, these are some perks that you'll need to help with increasing the damage and duration of these volcanic rounds. These are not essential, but they're just like nice bonuses and extras that you can have. So an extra mag perk will let this skill be applied to for 2 magazines. You can use it on 1 mag, reload it, and basically have 2 mags of volcanic rounds. And these other volcanic round perks basically, you know, weaken the enemy. So these are not essential perks, but they're just nice extras to have to make your volcanic rounds stronger. We got armor melting, that decreases the enemy's armor by 30%. Radiation flames, enemies damage inflicted with weakness. Weakness basically lowers the enemy's damage output. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For the tier 2 perks though, this will make your volcanic rounds last almost indefinitely. All you need is vampiric mag, which is a tier 2 perk you can find on epics and legendary gear. So there you go, there's the vampiric mag. Basically, killing shots on enemies inflicted with bleed replenishes 50% of your ammo magazine. Basically, if you kill an enemy while they're bleeding, you replenish your armor. Your ammo. So if you got your burning volcanic bullets, it will never run out, and this procs pretty much every time you kill an enemy with bleed. So depending on this will be efficient depending on the duration and the level of bleed you can have. Also, it works on toxic lead. This can work as well. Killing enemies with toxic will instantly replenish 40% of your ammo magazine. So this is if you're using the toxic rounds. Combined with this perk, toxic round with this perk will replenish your ammo. So if you're using this on the Technomancer, this should work as well. But I'm using bleeding ones on the Pyromancer. They should work as well. So the next thing you need to do is put the bleeding rounds onto any primary weapon of your choice. I find that the skill works on assault weapons with large magazine pools. This one's got 80 rounds, so I like to use it in something with high clip size, or with like 100 clip size, any assault rifle with those clip size. So I just put I've got level 2 bleed on this. This has got a cooldown of 4 seconds. So of course, if you only have level 1, the cooldown on the bleed is going to be 8 seconds, so you'll only be able to proc this every 8 seconds. And bleed, I got bleed level 2, so I can use it for 4 seconds, but the best perk would be to use it with bleed level 3, you know, so because that's got, I think, a recharge time of 2 seconds or 1 second, so that will be the most efficient time. And you'll notice your armor will never really run out. It will just continue. You can just continue using it. The downside of this perk, you have to get the killing blow. So if you're using a weapon with like bleed and some other, let's just say the bleed kills him, or the other element like the fire, if it's got fire or explosive damage, if those perks kill it, it may not give you back ammo. So you need to actually kill it with a bullet. But it's pretty easy to use. I'll show it in the video, as you can see in the gameplay. So yeah, this is easy build. For those of you who are using Pyromancer and thinking it's weak and underpowered, that's just a nice little neat trick to help you make it feel a bit stronger, you know. Because before this, I wasn't enjoying using the Pyromancer. The skills seem kind of weak. Before you reach a very high level, the skills seem very weak, and they got long cooldowns. The Pyromancer skills don't seem that devastating compared to other classes. And now I'll be showing you some perks that'll help you survive as a Pyromancer, you know, because he got lacking defenses. So these perks will help increase your defense and keep you alive, keep you in the fight longer. I just started here, got myself these. You don't have to get any of these, as long as you make your way down to Phoenix Nestling and Phoenix. These will basically give you a revive, so you can self-revive when you die. With Phoenix Nestling, you come back to life with 50% health. I recommend you put a point in Phoenix as well, because you will come back with full health. If you put a point in Phoenix, the cooldown is reduced to 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and you come back to life with 100% health. So these will give you a bit of tankiness. So it's not really constricting, this build. You can start anywhere you want, put whatever points into any skill tree you see fit, but I recommend coming down here and putting some points into these two, Phoenix, Nestling and Phoenix. Just give you a bit of self-revive. Now I'm going to talk about some of the perks and skills that will help you increase your survivability, since the only way you can heal is your enemies on fire. So once that's on cooldown, they nerfed it, so it's got a longer cooldown time, I think. And these are the skills when they've got long cooldowns as well. So this has got 41 seconds. These skills I'm showing you now are universal and can be used on any class, but they're particularly useful for Pyromancer, since he has no way to keep himself alive. So this skill is called Golem Rising, and it's found on Golem's Limb, legendary shotgun. If you do get this weapon, you could just dismantle it for this perk, and then you'll be able to slot this perk onto any weapon you want, any weapon type. Basically, kills with this weapon grant Golem armor. It's basically an additional protective armor for 3 seconds, and the recharge time is 1 second. So you can proc this pretty often. And another perk that you may want to use on your builds is the Shield Maiden. You can slot it on any weapon, and it's got a cooldown 1 second, and basically shots generate a shield. You know, so you don't need to get a kill, just get shots with this and you will get an extra shield. And then for armor mods, I recommend using Golem Emergency Stance, which basically gives you Golem again for 4 seconds when your health drops below 30%. So, and even bosses will struggle to kill you with this. It can give you time to heal, run around, and just cause a bit more damage. Or if your buff is on low health, you give you enough defense to basically finish them off. Rolling increases your armor for 5 seconds. Plate dodge. So this plate dodge perk, all these perks you can find them on basically legendary or epic gear and dismantle them, and you can use them on any gear you got. But yeah, having extra armor when you roll for 5 seconds is a lifesaver. I mean, And the last perk I found to help me so far is the Persevering Shield. When your health is at 30%, you gain a boost to shields. You gain 400 points of shield. Obviously this scales on your level and your armor level and stuff like that, but you will get a considerable amount of shields, keeping you in the fight a lot longer. Cooldown time of 5 seconds, and it always procs at 30% health, giving you time to heal, run around, you know, finish off the enemy, stay longer in the fight. So for Pyromancer, this is a lifesaver because you really don't have that many ways to heal or to have high defense like the other classes, you know. So this will help those pyros who feel a bit weak. When your skills are on cooldown and you're backed into a corner, you don't have to feel helpless anymore. You can stay in the fight a little bit longer. So yeah, if this video helped you out a little bit, let me know. I'm going to be making more vids like this, little guides, just straight and quick to the point. Like and subscribe and comment below if there's anything else you want to know.